Test, 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 to test. This just tests that the voice is working. This is my voice, and I'm hoping that it's working. Test, 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 to test. This just tests that. Yep, cool. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. This is Tay Bay. This is episode 12, well, stream 12, I should say, and we are going to continue building out our area over here because, I mean, this is a little bit crazy how busy this is getting. And to be honest with you, we don't necessarily need this line in this way. We I've literally just gotten the hiccups like as as a start streaming. What's the odds? Right. Yeah, we don't necessarily need this route down here because we've got the connections here if needed. To be fair, like, things are working fairly well currently. This, of course, is our external cargo route, and you can see that we've got a lot of cargo coming through this area and going on to different places. Actually, I didn't realize they might go on afterwards to another place. I thought they would just go straight back, but no, look, they're going to warehouse over here. This one. Yeah. Well, I never. Right, so we have our things over here. We've got the farming products and the forestry products over here being used. We've also got our food factory, which is being working fairly well. For some reason, we get plastics. That would be from over here, so it's pretty impressive that we are actually getting plastics to that one. How is our oil over here? This is pretty much depleted. I might just leave it there to just grasp up the last of this bit, and then I think the only bits are really under here, which I don't know whether we'll really be able to get with this area under here. So there's apparently 192,000 units somewhere else on the map. There's a whole bunch underneath where the water is, so obviously we're not going to really do anything there. There's some over here. Where on earth is the rest of it? Some over here, some over here. There isn't really a huge amount other than right here, right where our main water reservoir is. So let's just double check the power and water while we're at it. These are running pretty efficiently. Hopefully our hydro dam decides to start working after this lot fills in. So we're going to leave it playing. What we do want to do is build up our industrial over here. So what I think we will do is put out any more unique factories that we can. We can't do industrial steel plant because we don't have a level 2 ore industry, and we can't do the seafood factory probably because we don't have... Do we have fish? I don't think we have fish. Oh, we might have fish actually. Hello. I haven't actually done anything with fishing, but seems like we've got it. Oh, what is all this? Conditions optimal for anchovy, salmon, shellfish, tuna. Huh. This is interesting. What on earth is going on out here? Oh, it's because of this, isn't it? That's an eco one. I thought it wasn't meant to cause that as such. Let's just pop this down here. In fact, it's probably better to pop this over here. Maybe a couple of other ones, and then just turn this one off. We don't need it. It's fine. We've got plenty of sewage capacity there. We got an extra 200,000 if we need it. So I think we'll leave that off for now. maybe we can put down a... It would be under this one, wouldn't it? A couple of these. Maybe I'll just move it a little bit away from the shipping area. And then we've got a big old amount of sludge moving from there. And then we've got some that's probably going to be starting to come through from here as well. So if we just double check. Oh, okay. I've never actually read this. So building fishing harbour unlocks fishing route tool, which is used to create a fishing route. The harbour needs a completed route to function. Different fishing harbours are able to catch different types of fish, determined by the depth and flow of the water. Water pollution affects the fish yield. Aquaculture, that shouldn't be that difficult to read. It's been a long day. Aquaculture farms are an alternative way to gather high yields of fish and sea plants, but they can suffer from water pollution more than fishing boats due to the stationary nature. Freshly caught fish can be directly sold to consumers at fish market, or they can be delivered to fish factory for further processing before being sold to commercial zones. Okay, that's interesting. This is actually quite a big area for our tuna. It looks like... Oof! That's not good. But the good thing is this one's starting to clear through, so it's just taking time. We've got quite a lot of shellfish up here, and then also some anchovies around the outside. So much shellfish out here. What we really need to do is try and protect our fish stocks. So I'm just gonna put a few more of these down to try and protect what we've got here. And then hopefully once this starts to really pull through, and it shouldn't take too long, because hopefully we'll start to see that. Maybe we just need to move our water capturing to over here. What is the fish? All of this is tuna. Oh wow, that's pretty impressive. Like, that's quite a lot of tuna. Interesting. I didn't know that we well, I didn't know that the fishing one was so elaborate. So if we put a couple of these either side, then hopefully we can capture all of the water that we need from this one bit. What are the odds that that's dead on where it needs to go?
The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts.
Okay. That's quite a worrying thing. How on earth can we protect this lot from? Hopefully it doesn't just come straight up the river. That is a little bit troubling. I mean, we can't go straight over the river with our Flood walls. I don't think it needs it, but I'm just putting it in just in case. And then up here is like hills, so that should be fine. Up there's hills. It's literally just this river that's the problem. What can we do about the river? Maybe we just need some big hills like this, or maybe we just need to dam it. If we dam it, maybe that will protect us from the right, where does the water go up to? To that one. Hopefully that will do a decent job. What else can we do? We could probably build flood defences here. Let's just see if that does the trick.
A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
About these ones. How high is it going? It doesn't look massively high. It's more of a flood than a tsunami. I mean, don't know whether it's going to go into the tunnel. Oh, so much shit water. No. Ah. Oh, our industry. No. Our hubs. Hopefully that train can get out of the way. Yep. It's still going. Building is flooding. Oh, I don't know what else we can do. Like, it seems to mostly be affecting down here. I don't know whether it's going to affect everywhere else. Like, how do I see how much is getting affected? Obviously, this is really getting affected. I don't know what we can do about all this. It's going to be a little bit of a shame if that's the only thing that the tsunami does. Like, surely it would do more. Oh, I can't. Connected up. I hope we've got some good drainage around here. I mean, some of these trucks don't even care, they're just going straight.
A tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Where else is the tsunami affecting? Like, it's only here, isn't it? I don't see it anywhere else. It's not a very big tsunami. I This seems to be working quite well as well, which is nice. I think we're fine. Hopefully we're fine. We even created a emergency dam, so that should be the city pretty well protected from tsunamis now. I think we're going to have to do something with this lot, but I think the tsunami is done.
Every occasion
Can't
has a
really
noodle
tell.
at yakisoba, so experience something different. Yakisoba. It literally means
I mean, it didn't even wash this away, so...
I'm Panamasculine, and you're listening to Mars Official Radio, your reliable source for the music
And this is actually doing fine. Like, nothing is actually getting affected by it at all. Which is nice. It means that we don't have to worry about... Warning, tsunami wave detected. Where is it though? Is it still happening? Is it all done? Somehow the trains still work through this. Maybe it's because we turned this off that has affected it so much. I don't really understand. Like, I would have thought it would be a bit bigger, but hey ho. What I'm going to do is turn off some of these now that we've built some more over here. That should be fine. These are all off. So hopefully this dam will start to fill up. We don't have a way to place water, do we? Wide, shallow, deep canal. Wide, deep. Wide, medium. Wide, shallow. Ah. Oh, hang on. We can sort of see it there. It looks like it's going the other way. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Well, I mean, we've got some flood defences if they're needed. I don't think they're needed at this point. So it's all gravy, baby. So we should be able to go back to doing stuff. So I was just looking at fishing, actually. I think I'll save fishing for now. Don't worry, Mr. Sea God, whoever that was that caused the tsunami. We are not going to do any fishing just yet. Maybe in the future, but not right now. So, if we come back over here and take a look at our unique factories that we have outstanding. We've got a plastic one. So if we maybe build a road here. build anything bigger. I don't think we're going to fit that one in. Not there, at least. Maybe over here. So yeah, lemonade factory needs what? Crops and plastic? Sweet and energizing yaksu beverages in variety of different tastes. Crops and glass special goods. Glass? Oh, that's actually a little bit too big for that one. That's annoying. Maybe we'll do something like this. So we'll do a second section here for that one. And then lemonade factory is actually huge. Petroleum refinery, car factory, sneakers factory. Yeah, I think we're going to need somewhere to put some of these. So we've got waste processing complex, which we could put like over here somewhere, potentially, or maybe over here. If we just upgrade this. So that we can at least plop on it. Because I couldn't before. We should be able to move this and potentially even put it somewhere like... We got so many different road guidelines here. Does this need to be... I mean, ideally somewhere up high, I would imagine. So like over here. Maybe even over here. Excess water. Yeah, possibly just down here or something. This does not look good. What's happening here? Oh, they're moving again. Maybe this is a bit too much stuff. Maybe we need this to go further along. let's try that. So hopefully that should prevent things from getting stuck there. Don't know whether there's much we can do about this one up here though. Let's get rid of that one that's in the way. Whoa. Weird that you can dismantle a train. There is so much coming and going from this. It's pretty bananas. What's annoying is you can't set up rules for this lot. For example, this causes a massive issue. So realistically, we need this stuff to stay. Can we do it with this? There we go. Let's see whether that does the trick. So these trains should be giving way. No. It's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. Can we make these stop? These seem to work a little bit better if you make them stop. We should also check the... we can't do anything with the... junction restrictions? What does this do? I mean, surely it would be the same as... Aha! No. We see stuff there. Do we see stuff here? No, it's not because it's underground. It's just we don't see stuff for these ones. I think that's helped. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. It's a lot of stuff in not much space, so it's going to be pretty busy and pretty full on. Potentially what we could do is make the turnaround a little bit bigger, or possibly even have a bit of a better junction here. What we could do is make sure that stuff can't cross. So we would need to have... Oh goodness, this is a bit tricky underneath. Have individual... I mean, it seems to be working fairly well now. I will say that. I think that making them give way to anything that's on the line seems to have helped. There is so much traffic coming down here, it's a bit bananas. I'll tell you what we really need is a good connection here for the road. because these are going to be creating quite a lot of traffic. Where is stuff coming from? It's coming from all the way over there, which isn't great. I'd rather it be taking the train, but I guess maybe it can't. Which is bizarre to me because we've got trains coming through. It looks like what we did here may have helped. It might also just be between saves. So things might not have gotten to that point yet. Obviously where I've started the game since last episode, might have removed some of the stuff. We could also do something here to improve the actual flow of the train traffic here. Something as simple as creating just a bypass so that stuff doesn't have to wait for the other side of traffic to get out of the way. Similar to what we've done here, so that things can flow in and out without having to cross the train traffic on the underneath side. These need paper. We need paper, so we are not producing enough paper. Only 7 tons of it. How much fertile land is around here? A fair bit, actually. And to be honest with you, it'd be nice to have a reduction of the sprawl of stuff down here. So maybe what we'll have to do is expand this industry out a little bit and start creating some more of chestnut forestry. I don't know why this isn't chestnut forestry. So if we do something like this,
Colossal ore. We are the leading producer of minerals, ore, and natural resources, which means you're
maybe
benefiting
even
from our
going
services whether you know
this
us
far.
or not. No matter what our critics say, at Colossal we care about our employees as well as our customers, which is why we work so hard to get our miners back in the mines
Something
where
like
they
that.
feel at home. Together,
And then we can expand that stuff out, because this isn't actually level 5 just yet. It needs more workers. We need more people working in it.
Welcome back.
So if
I'm
we
Madame Public
start
Service
popping
Ascalon,
down
a
some...
nickname I got in my youth when I was just part of the public service revolution. My home country
Oh,
used
we
to have
can't do
serious
large tree
restrictions on freedom of speech.
plantations.
When democracy finally came, other forces took control over the broadcasting channels. I fled to America where some compatriots and I started up an underground news network,
I need to
determined to
move
supply
that
our
path
homeland
over a
with
little bit,
weekly
which
reported news. It was
be
very
good.
successful and grew into today's public service network, the least corrupt network on earth. And now for some music.
Might even be better. Move this one over. This one. Can we fit that? No, it's gonna have to go round something. So if we put it here, in fact, we can create a road out this way, which they could all go on. That's kind of where we want it, but not. It's here, this one. We can go across from this across, and then we can put this back in. So that was a this one straight into there, and then I think it was an industrial road going out. No, what is it then? Well, maybe we should upgrade it to industrial, considering everything's going to be industrial coming through here now. We just need to give each one a lane as such. And then we've got our nice internal cargo over here, which it can use. So if we just swap this over. So how much are we actually producing? We're producing 55 tons, but then only so many tons is being created into paper. So if we actually potentially earmark this area over here for paper creation. What creates paper? Biomass. Let's see, processing plants. Here we go. Pulp mill would be for the production of paper. So we only really have biomass plants, which is a little bit of a shame. Try doing is building a road across. I don't want to affect what's already here. So if we just that can help get stuff over to this particular external cargo station. It also provides quite a good bridge across. So these need raw goods. The engineered wood plants might fit there, so that's at least a little bit better of a use of the space. This could just go down here. Possibly create a bit of a junction here. Which could then use this road coming down and over. So maybe if we upgrade that road coming through here. normally would. So, I think what we'll do is bring that down at this point. Bring it to about there, and then we can build that into there then. So what are we gonna create here? We could do like a two-way. Down to there. And then have that turn into connection through this way. I actually just want them to go straight. So what we're going to do is have that one turning left and that one turning left, and then that way, hopefully, we should be able to turn off the lights here. So they just give way. I know it's not perfect for exiting, but at least it won't get in the way of these coming on. And we'll do a similar thing on this side. That should be a bit better. Not too sure about this as such. Got a lot of junctions right in the same sort of area. So it's probably good to reduce that down. Possibly even move it onto this. So if we grab a industrial, this entrance, can move that there, and this maybe over here, just out of the way. Actually, that's a really bad place for it because it's right next to the stuff going on there. Could create this path through here. As that is what we had. That's effectively a path all the way through from there. So hopefully this will, I think it's Park Cloverleaf. Hopefully this will relieve some of the stress on the actual junctions down here, because these just aren't that good. But you never know, it may be that it's just not gonna do the job, unfortunately. But we can but see. So if we create a little bit more, maybe over here would be a good spot for some dedicated sort of industrial for the biomass pellet jobbies. So if we did lower down, road down here, and then that one connects in there, and maybe that's a good place to mark that it's the industrial stuff then. And I don't necessarily want to bring it in so close to a junction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up a little bit. And then connect it in here. So if we extend this industrial zone out. Oh, that's remove industrial. I actually want to extend industrial.
You want money for nothing?
This
yeah, you do.
can.
What's the catch? There is one.
Then
anyone who wants it can have it. You just have to ask for it. Our 3-day sleepaway camp is the perfect place to strike it rich. Who are we? Well, we're the #1 dream.
What are we actually producing? We're producing 32 tons of plain timber, 27 tons of paper.
This is exciting. This offer is just for you because you deserve it. Come alone. So don't wait. The early bird catches the worm, and the worm is a bus at 143 Industrial Way that leaves at dawn. So grab destiny by the horns. Go on, grab it. It's yours for the taking. Money for nothing.
What does it feel like to drive a cloud? What does it feel like to steer
does it smell like to smell a
There are so many different things here.
At Jubilee, we're committed to letting you do the impossible. And now we've succeeded in letting you drive the undrivable. The Jubilee Dementia. The car engineers made. Test drive one today and experience what scientists for decades claimed was beyond the realm of safe driving.
So I was close with this.
Jubilee. Be reasonable or be fast.
I'm Panem Askelin of Mars Official Radio. Lean back, relax, and let us do the rest. Our songs are simply the best, and my hosting is too.
It's a bit of a shame we can't connect in there. Do these create pollution? No, noise pollution, but nothing other than that. Those create a bit of pollution. So hopefully they're far enough away from this to not impact it too much. Let's do a road over here. Maybe we can fit it in around this. Yep. This seems to be working fairly well, which is always nice to see. It looks like some of this stuff is also leaving via the trains, which is good. We're still exporting 48 tons of raw forest material, which I'm not too keen on, and we need about 130 more workplace for this one. So these create 70, this creates 90. It's pretty good considering it's such a small footprint. And then hopefully that creates enough more workplaces that we can actually fill the demand for level 5, because that will be good for our paper creation, because we need level 5 for our pulp mill. The pulp mill uses raw forest products to produce forestry special goods paper. Processing building need to be placed inside industrial area. So this one, even though it's way more than this one, well, it's not actually way more, it's like another half. It actually produces production rate 3200, production rate 6400, double what this one does. So that's quite interesting. I don't necessarily think we're going to just change out everything that we've already got, because quite frankly that'd be a lot, but I think it would be good to probably have a couple of those. So hopefully this will get to level 5 before too long. Interesting that it actually has room for a load more workers. We just need more residential areas, I'm guessing. So what we could do is possibly extend this one out over here. Maybe even build it out somewhere else. Some of these are not flowing very well. Repurpose some of this space away from industry offices and use it for more residential here, because we need more residential than anything else at the moment, which I think is probably the best bet. Let's just wipe out the offices around here. Residential, and hopefully that will provide a bit more residential. If we're going to be building out this way, it's probably best to think about public transport ahead of time. We've got these larger roads, which could be tram roads, so we could utilize those for trams. We've got this one, which is a 6-line median with trolley bus wires. Let's see, we want both of these really. Which one has trams? Trolley bus, trolley bus, trolley bus, tram, tram, tram. Where's the tram ones? Those ones are trams, those ones are trams. But I've got ones down here which have... Oh no, there isn't any trees on these. Oh, right, yeah. Okay. Let's take out that little turnaround bit. And then we're just going to have to use maybe the tram one with bike. 6-lane median trams. Four-lane median. 4-lane road with tram tracks and trees. Six-lane with median and tram tracks. I mean, that would be quite useful if it was a median. That one's 6-lane with bicycles. I prefer to use the median ones, if I'm honest. So let's change these up and change throughout here. So this will be quite a large change. Certain areas are going to have problems. We'll come back to those. Then we've got this tram track through here already. So that's fine. I prefer them being in the middle because it's way better for when roads need to cross. Hopefully I haven't broken everything by using that tool because it's happened in the past. Right. So if we create something in here, I want to create somewhere which isn't necessarily too packed in. So we'll create a little bit of buffer with the commercial zone here. I also want to try and do something which the public transport is already built into. So we should have plenty of utilities and services around. We just have to actually build in, say, a route which will be positive for everything, and also one which where does Metro come in? There. Balls. There we go. Right. this traffic. So many farm trucks. Right. Where were we with the trains? Can we continue this on? Yep. In fact, put it right where the metro is there. That'll be good. Put one here. Put one down here. And then we've got where the other ones are. Let's just mirror them. But then obviously it needs to go up here. So we're doing a similar thing going back. More or less where existing tram stops are.
Lights, camera, moving. There's nothing like watching a movie to take you to another place. There's no better place to watch than home cinema. And no better time than the time it takes you to get from where you are to
We
where
could put a stop here. That'd be quite a good spot for a stop.
Action cut quiet on the set. Our theaters feature noise-absorbing fabric, guaranteeing
There we go.
the only thing you
Another tram
That high-pitched shuttle drone
adds
is
to
not.
the
It's the sound your ears hear when there's nothing for your ears to hear
group
here.
of trams
So
that
come on
we're
down and
putting
enjoy
through.
the movies where everyone's a star.
Saddle up in the mornings with Jimmy and the Stallion, the only morning show featuring DJ Jimmy Fries and a 4-year-old quarter horse named Clover.
This is Jimmy Fries coming to you from Studio 2. Whoa, whoa! Looks like someone's horsing around. Okay.
So that should help
Easy, boy.
They'll
automatically
play your favorite hits,
with
give out great prizes, and laugh their way through your commute.
some of
Jimmy and
the
Stallion, stable entertainment
connections
only on
around
Cities
here. I think what we should also do is potentially look at the metro. So
This is the Mars official
metro
radio.
down here.
I'm
We've got
Madame
one that
Haskell.
comes out this way.
Unbiased information is essential to proper development. Still, people find it hard to understand that skewed information corrupts their conclusions. In context of social importance, like in the Mars Project, information has to be undistorted and addressed without preconceptions. With scientifically based information, the most difficult arguments can be settled without issue. And that's my
So we
ambition
could
with
put
this
in
radio show,
some
to report indisputable facts in between good songs. Like this one, for instance.
sunken stops, maybe. Do we want to put one in here as well? This would be a really good spot for one. So this is just a sunken dual island. Sunken bypass. Sunken island platform. That could work. Police station there. Which, to be fair, could probably be covered by police headquarters. Don't think it's necessarily needed. So that. And we'll also need some of this traffic. So we put in one of our sunken stops. For some reason, it's causing issues on the other side. Slope is too steep. Why do you do this to me? Maybe we could just put in one of the... Oh, it is slope too steep. I mean, that is actually a fairly steep slope. Ay, ay, ay. That's annoying because that's perfect for one. What if we put one that's on the ground, elevated? Could potentially resolve the issue, but annoyingly, I just want that one to be further down. Ooh! That one worked. That'll work, so we will use it. Now, this one is going to be a bit tricky, but I think it would be better to swap it out for a dual island. I just wonder how we could do that necessarily. I mean, if we have a stop here, do we really need a stop there? I don't know how close these really need to be. In honesty, I don't think they need to be quite so close. But at the same time, it's quite a large and busy city. Right, we have hit the forestry level 5. That's good. That's very good. First things first, let's just finish up what we're doing here. So, I'd like these to go to these stops. There we go. That one runs all the way through down to here, doesn't it? Yeah. It's quite a long route for this one. I wonder how much gets used here. 62. Not too many, but it's always good to have more options for them than not. So, yeah, we put that in. Hopefully it gets a fair amount of use. That one gets a fair amount of use. There was another one around here somewhere. There. 160 people. You never know, it might get more now. So we've got an emergency place there. So I'm thinking what we could potentially do is something a little bit less sort of a large scale. So if we were to do something which had just the smaller roads and then build it out. We've got some buses here. What is this bus line? Is this the airport one? How much does it get used? 14 passengers per week. That's bananas. Like, that's so small. But anyway. So we're trying to build in more residential. Let's just keep on keeping on. So if I was to build a smaller, tightly knit community here, I'd probably want to build with a little bit more space in mind going forward. So rather than just packing it as close as possible as we have done in the past, because that was getting the milestones, maybe this one could be centered around like an park in the middle, and then we could have a number of ways in and out, possibly. So if we were to build around here, let's build up against here, and then have our park in the middle. Small buildings, large buildings. Botanic gardens. I mean, I want something that people can walk through. Maybe we could do something like this here, and then if we just delete that, we can actually build out from this, up, and over, and then we've got basically a central position for things to come into. So if we then had roads around it, this road's going to be a bit tricky. These probably want to connect, but I don't necessarily want them to connect just here. So we put the road there so that it would connect to this part of the park. We then want to build out around the park to hopefully create more connections for pedestrians, but not as many for the cars and what have you. So actually, where we need it to be, do something like that, and then we can always do a path underneath if we really need, but I mean they've got one right here, they don't need to do that. Can we actually change that path to one of these ones, just so that it's a bit nicer going out. It also doesn't put a massive splodge of concrete there now. So if we connect this one into here, we could quite possibly create sort of a network of roads which don't necessarily create direct connections through to the other side, so we don't create pass-throughs which would effectively be quite costly for the residents, because cars would be going through willy-nilly. What we can create is connections in, but then separate roads through. So I'm just trying to think. Here we could do something like So then, obviously it's quicker to go that way than it is to go all the way around this. I'm also hoping that speed limits on these are lower. They are, aren't they? Good. So if we put in some paths here, this should help with allowing people straight through. Let's put that on and that on. I might even upgrade that one to a gravel path rather than the other path. Oof. There we go. So we've got a cycle path and a gravel path going through there. We can do similar things here. Cycle path, gravel path. Even down here, gravel path, cycle path. So that people can get to where they need to go quite quickly and easily. Now, I don't want these to be residential, but I want all of these to be residential. And then what we need to do is think about metro. So hopefully we could put something nice in the middle, which will become quite a good little connection. Sunken island platform, perhaps? The only difficulty here is they don't provide any that are the same sort of direction as this one. That is to say, perpendicular with the road, I think that's the word I'm looking for, rather than or parallel with the road, sorry, not perpendicular to the road. So does that create like a bit at the other on the other side as well? Yeah, it does. Could we potentially bring that path down somewhere else? We will not build here, and we'll put some trees and things. I wish there was just a tree brush. So that'll be a nice little foliage area. And that has a good connection then to the path, which allows people to go from here, walk through, and go to here. They're going to be they're going to have a bit of trouble getting over the road, which is the only problem. We could potentially put in, say, a path over, but then that would cut out everything here. Ooh, perfect. Look at this. There we go. Hardly cuts out anything, but it provides a good connection for all of these to get over to here. that should do the job. Why don't we just let that build up? We need to put in the metro connection, which we won't actually put anything on just yet, or we might just put in a connection through. I don't know whether it's much point in doing it just yet. So this would be going straight up to there, and then that'll just go straight through there. Let's just put a line in. There's no harm just doing a line back and forth. And then potentially we do a line out this way somewhere. But that will become a connection through this way, where we may well put in another connection like this one, the hub, or something else entirely to connect this up. This is having some problems. Let's just redraw its route. There we go. So we've put in trams around this, and we can probably add a tram connection down here as well. That'd be good because we got a path through there. Potentially one here somewhere. That would be good for this bit. And we could just continue these paths through here. So if we take a look at our paths. So to anyone who is living there, but we're just putting a path through to allow more people to get from A to B. I don't know whether one's worthwhile putting here. Might as well while we haven't got anything built there, and we can put in a bicycle path as well, which will be quite good.
We all want to be prepared. We all want to be sure that the people we leave behind don't
should do a good job.
That's where final insurance comes in.
So that started to be built into straight away. Hopefully that will do a decent dent on our residential demand.
Final insurance, the last insurance you'll ever need.
While we are pleased to be broadcasting to our home planet, we request Earthlings please stop sending letters of inquiry regarding the Martian prosperity. Yes, in comparison to median Earthlings, we are all very intellectually driven and rational. Get over it.
So that will build and consume our demand for residential, which will be good because that will be quite a nice little neighbourhood, I feel. I'm hoping that we can come back to this and it'll all be built up, and it'll be quite nice to have a change from all the others, simply having really big um, areas. Well, they'll all be fairly large buildings, but it won't just be sort of lines. It'll be quite split out, and it's all centered around this park. So hopefully that will get a fair bit of use. And we also got quite a nice sunken island metro here, which will allow people to get to where they need to go quite easily. There's fairly good connections here for walkability and cycling, so I'm pretty hopeful that it'll do quite well. Let's just turn down the speed and check over here. Our hydro dam is not operating, but it's pretty much there. Like, it's almost done filling up this reservoir area, and then hopefully these will start to move down and get some usage. We really need it to operate fairly well. Hopefully we're removing most of the garbage, the pollution over here. If we just double check, yeah, let's move that here. Okay, so we've created a new residential area. It's being packed out at the moment. One thing we haven't actually built up is the commercial over here. So we could probably do that with some smaller commercial buildings dotted around here. I don't know whether 1 by 1 is necessarily what we want, but let's build it just to see what actually happens with it. We've got a fair bit of commercial demand, so hopefully this will be quite prime area for it. If we build in the... Oh, what? Damn. District over here. Hopefully it will make good use of that space. Got a fair bit going on. There's a dead person waiting for transport here. That's pretty bananas. Especially considering we've got crematoriums over here. They're just not getting any use at the moment. These aren't as busy as I thought they would be, which is good, but then again you see stuff like this and it makes you realise why I put it in. I don't know why they're not following the lanes that we put in, but it might be because this is a bit too soon after the exit here. But it looks like the trains are somewhat coping. The external ones are having a bit of troubles. But yeah, that's doing alright. What we can do is put in some... I don't know whether we have any decent small junctions for the motorway. Small compact junctions would be perfect. In fact, I might as well use this one over here. Was it that one? No. This one? No. Which one was it? It's not that one. That's quite a nice one. think this was it. Because this one's already raised up. Which is good. Because that's what we're going to need here. So if we build that in here, and then we just build that across, we should be able to use the smaller lanes going up here because it's pretty much just going to be for this area. So we would need something that will not only provide a good connection here, but something that won't necessarily interrupt the flow of traffic through. I mean, we could just go for some decent roundabouts. I haven't necessarily done roundabouts too much because if I'm building this in, I kind of want it to be able to go straight through. But then again, this is more of an A road that I'd be building in. So that kind of fits the bill. So if we take our fairly large road here. And I am going to put in a 3-lane exit. I don't want the road guidelines to necessarily be interrupting this. But then again, I do need them for that one. It looks a little bit wonky to me, but it should be fine. So I'm just going to build these spokes in to make sure that it keeps its shape. So what we want to do is build in an industrial large road here. So that will then be a junction off to go into this area, and then we'll do the same up here. So we actually need to also need to build a 2-lane into this. Hopefully it'll do it relatively nicely. Yeah, that looks alright. And then we'll need to do the same thing sort of further up. It might have been easier actually before we put the roundabout in to have built that out that way, but never mind. What I think we will do is possibly build the spokes out like so. So that then, if we want to use it in the future, we've got this extra space. Look at that, stuff's already using this junction, and they'll be going out that way to wherever they need to go. So that's good. It's getting some use already. Kind of just signifies that it was needed. Right. So if we were to continue this road through, I mean, it would be about here. And then we would do road back. That's in line, isn't it? Yep. So if we did one here, there's going to be a fine point where it's going to work. It might need to be a little bit closer. Let's give this a try. It's not perfect, but it's in. For some reason we can't change the... Can't change the orientation of that. But now that we have our node, we should be able to just do that. That's fine. Similarly, I think we're going to do some sort of thing here. Maybe not. Now I can't put it back in. Whew. Let's just put that like that. And then if we continue this up here, so this is where we'll need to put our... Is this where there's some ore? Yeah, look at that. We've got a bit of ore. Wow, big bit of ore there. Fairly big bit there. Huge amount out here. So probably make use of that at some point. So what I'm thinking is that we pretty much do the exact same thing. So if we go out 160, 160, 160, oops, 160. We'll do 3 lanes around. We then have to ensure that it doesn't deform. So we'll pull in these nodes. Make sure they're safe. And then the easy bit's probably just going to be this straight in, like that. And then we just need this arrow to connect in relatively well. It's not quite what I want. This is frustrating, to be sure. I don't know why it does that. It's what we've got to work with here. Right, so then we'll be putting out these roads. Do the same here. And we might also pull out a large... Oof. Large one to go straight through. Right, okay, so... And then what we can do is, with Traffic Manager, set this to be a roundabout. But also set each one to have dedicated lanes, because I don't like it when there aren't dedicated lanes. I mean, can you use... what is it with this one? Alt-click separate turning lane for selected segment. Oh, we didn't build out from this one. Shoot. Thank God that's fine. Okay. So this is a roundabout, and then set these up. Like so. Cool. And then hopefully that should be quite efficient. He says. Up until they have to go down here to go back. It's not necessarily what I wanted. There we go. That's a bit more like it. Sweet. That should be fairly efficient. It also means we've got a whole load of space that we can actually build industrial on. So we could probably build, say, along here. Like so, and then if we get our unique ones out, that's not going to fit. It's not going to fit. That's not going to fit. That's might fit the other way. What ones haven't we put in? Yeah, similar. This might fit the other way around. So if we did something like that. Yeah. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Hopefully this will be fine. I'll have to wait and see about that one. I think it should be fine. So, unique factory fits pretty much perfectly in that spot. Maybe we can do another one down here. Let's see here. That won't fit. That will not fit. That one will, but then again, this, yes. Okay. Ah, that needs metals. So, we'll have to wait and see what we can do with that.
Gaze at a gazelle, lock eyes with a lemur, shake hands with a turtle. At the City Zoo, you can experience the wild in our wildest exhibition yet. Come down this weekend to meet our newest
We have
addition,
water down
a
here
three-toed
we
sloth
do.
named Barbara. She'll hook you with her smile and hook you again with her curved toes, used to grasp trees in the wild. After that, take a gander at another new species, a new type of bird previously identified as a different type of bird due to a zoological error. Fun for the whole
This
family.
isn't great.
Book now and get a free handful of pellets to feed the fish. Limit 4 per family while supplies last.
So we
We'll
possibly
look forward
need
to seeing you where the animals live in rooms painted to look like home. The City Zoo.
look at something different for this sort of
Welcome
thing.
back. I'm Panem Public Service Escalon, a nickname I got in my youth. when I was just part of the public service revolution. My home country used to have serious restrictions on freedom of speech. When democracy finally came, other forces took control over the broadcasting channels. I fled to America, where some compatriots and I started up an underground news network, determined to supply our homeland with neutrally reported news. It was very successful and grew into today's public service network, the least corrupt network on Earth. And now for some music.
Let's see if we build up here. Hopefully we can fit this one. Not quite. So if we move that, say, down here. It's funny that you can fit deep space radars just about anywhere in this game. You don't need to be in dark areas or anything. Just as long as they're in the right amount of space, it's absolutely fine. So we can fit that here. So what was that one? Petroleum. No, special goods. Okay. So I think we've almost built all of the ones that we can. We've got this bad boy, which I'm thinking might be good down here. Somewhere like this. Whatever that one is, soft paper cut factory. Who knew that soft paper could be so tricky to make, apparently. I feel like we should push this back. And then that would fix what's going on here. Hopefully that will allow us to have a dedicated right-hand lane, and stuff coming out of here should be able to swap over them. And then hopefully it's a bit more free-flowing here. This needs to not be traffic lights, maybe. Mind you, we're going to build this one in. That's a good little spot. And then we've almost built all of them. So I'm quite happy with that. So we can build in more industrial if we really need to down here. In fact, it's probably a good idea to upgrade this bit to be 2 lanes. And then hopefully what we can do is have dedicated lanes here. I wonder if you click it again, whether it will change them around. Yeah, so you've got a dedicated left-hand lane. Don't know what this was meant to be doing, but that's probably better, in my personal opinion, because if we need to, we can put in timed traffic lights and have the left-hand lane go whenever they want, effectively. So that's probably quite a good little nugget of usefulness. Then got all this space, which again could be useful for a large industrial. We need fish, we need ore, okay. Fish and 3 ore. So this one should start to get some use, which will be good. And I mean, maybe we can change this up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit tricky now that we put in factories and things. And to be fair, it's coping now. It just wasn't earlier. So it might be one of those things that it gets better and worse through time. All of this stuff wants to go from here through. That was empty. How strange, it just changes from one to the other. Hopefully this is providing quite a good connection in, so that should open up this highway through for everything else as well. I'm hoping that we might be able to reduce how much truck traffic comes down here. Potentially if we built like a rail line through somehow, that could do really well. We could possibly come down this way, connecting down here. But then again, it'd probably be quite good to put in some other connections as well. Maybe one over here or something. That would then provide a good connection from this to anything else on that network. At the moment, it's pretty much all just going in that way for some reason. Don't understand why they're not just sending it via train. But anywho, if we were to build this out, probably want to go straight out to about that point where we would go down. Can we somehow kind of keep this going straight through? Power just connects. Maybe it doesn't. something to me, wasn't it? That it would just connect. These need glass, these need glass, metals. I think metals do the glass, so it's so annoying, they're just snapping. I can't even do anything about it. Maybe we could delete this road out. That helps. Yeah. No. No, it's almost like this. Just won't quite allow it. Yeah, okay. So stay with the angle. Connected. There we go. That should be a lot better. So now we just need to rebuild this road. That back in the way that we want it. And then hopefully we can build out this way. So it would probably be good to get on the other side of this while we can. So I'm going to build along it, but then we're going to go underneath this point. Maybe we could change this to just be one way. So, for example, this traffic. Where's this one going? There. Interesting. Yeah, because we have this route through, which allows it to go off that way. And then that reduces how much... I mean, there isn't really any problems here at the moment, so I can't really justify doing that. Big sweeping bend so that it's able to keep up its speed, and we need to make sure that one is stop, so it allows stuff to go straight through. And then hopefully what we can do, build in some cargo stops along the way here. So maybe something here would be quite powerful, because we've got this connection, we've got this industrial area over here, we've got this industrial area over here. So if we did something like... That's a bit too far away. be a one-way system here. The problem is we've got trains either side of this. Underneath. Creates a connection over here which we could utilize. We could possibly build this through so it connects up down here, but then again we've got the highway connection here as well, so I don't know whether it's necessary. This other side as well, which might be good to connect up down here. Let's just see here. If we follow this down, we could go underneath here. Side. And this provides us with a fairly good connection in here. That goes out to the airport and also the harbour connections. So then we've got our connection here and also our connection down here, where we could run parallel for a while, connecting in there. So what we can do here is go around this bit and go straight out under this very complicated junction that we don't want to ruin. And this doesn't actually come up here. Interesting. Maybe we want this to come all the way through. Right, so we've got this road here. Continue that out here. Let's flip it around. We can probably create a fairly decent one-way route that ultimately connects into itself. It's definitely the right way around, isn't it? No, it's not. needs to be the other way around. I'm glad I caught that now. But that is a bit... So... space as possible. Create a little turnaround area. Or queue, sorry. Because we're probably going to have a fair amount of traffic on this.
Signature sides, like our famous bowl full of melted cheese, served steamy and bubbling. It's the bottomless juggler. Or our New Orleans-inspired pork sandwich, the Pig Cheesy. And our signature flagship, the spicy blue cheese top jalapeno cheese blucher. So hurry in and get them while they last. After all, why take a little bite when you can take a big bite?
Okay, cool.
Specifically designed to stimulate population increase here on Mars. I hope you Earthlings will also enjoy these benefits. Official Mars Radio is always striving to improve, so please send feedback, including data describing your results. Pivot tables are our preferred format. Please enjoy.
So if we go underneath at this point, we can probably build that through to here. So, then we could probably also have one running perpendicular. So that's just parallel. What am I on about? Perpendicular. Bring that down to there. And then hopefully we can build a decent connection there. And also so if we had this road come across, don't know what we'd do here. Probably move that over, and then we could probably build into that one. That works fairly well. So, we've got a fairly large industrial road here. So we just need to connect this in somehow, and I'm feeling some of that asymmetrical road would be a good bet here. So we can do something like... Oh, actually that works better than I was expecting. Definitely want these to be different lanes for each one. And then over here, we just need to build in our train line. To there. What I'd quite like to do is potentially connect up this side. Here. Let's not forget what we were doing here as well. So many different roads. road over to connect up this area to this area. We also have our internal cargo train. Internal. Like so. And then we've got our external over here. So the internal and external lines are just separate. We do have our internal cargo terminal here. It'd be quite nice if we could connect it up, but I don't know how we would, because this is very close. To move this back, which I'm not against, so let's do that. So we can do a fairly tight corner, which I don't approve of, but in this situation it's required. So then we can do something like this. Connecting in. Connect that down there. And we should be able to do something like this. So that will create a loop where this can be used. We just need to extend this out a little bit. Might even be good to bring this road back. So if we were to use a large road here, just keep it as industrial for now. I want it to go this way. Maybe what we can just do is connect that in there. This was just a single. Lane, straight in there. Same here. Then we've got straight, and that gives us an internal cargo station here, which stuff can drop off to if it has to. So that should provide a fairly good connection down to all the stuff down here, and hopefully reduce the amount of stuff that comes from at least here by truck. But then again, it's this area over here that we need to work on. So I think it's something that we need to look at going forward, is what we do here. But for this one, I think we're gonna call it there. I think we've done a fair amount in putting in a fairly decent internal cargo network now. And look at that, we've already got stuff coming down here. So hopefully that will get some decent usage. We've put in a fair amount of the special good, the unique industries. We just need certain things to be made a little bit more. Not enough water. That's not good. Do we need to the situation. But yeah, I think we've done quite well with this one. I think I'm going to leave it there. We've still got the flood defences up, which aren't necessary now. But it is something to keep in mind going forward. So that is something that I'm going to have to build with in mind to protect the major heart of the city. We've got more residential demand. How is our little area doing? Yeah, it's looking good. I'm quite liking that there's a little bit of space between certain areas, and I think some of our trees may have died, but hopefully this is getting a little bit of usage too. But maybe that's just showing how good the connections are around the area. I mean, that's growing. These aren't even at level 2 yet, so it's taken time for these to grow. The land value is pretty high around here, so that's good. But yeah, we're just going to leave it there. Thank you again for watching. Let me know what you think with your thumbs. If your thumbs don't cut, why does this not have water? Oh, because it doesn't have any water. Let me just put this in before I forget. There. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think with your thumbs. If your thumbs don't cut it, then let me know with a comment. If you enjoyed this stream, then let me know and potentially consider subscribing. But until next time, have a good one. Thanks. Goodbye.